Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. One of the largest cryptocurrency YouTube channels on the planet, Bitboy Crypto, run by Ben Armstrong, has reported that Ripple is releasing a stablecoin. This is incorrect information. This is not true. This is not happening. So he put this video out just a couple hours ago, and so I've watched it multiple times. I transcribed portions that I thought were most relevant about what he said in this video. I'm going to run through this, break it down, and correct the mistakes that are in here. Now, people that have watched this video, and mind you, it's been up 2 hours now, over 20,000 people have seen this. By and large, nothing but thumbs up. People approving of this. And why? Because it sounds very positive, frankly. It sounds very good, sounds very positive. This is not some sort of negative video about Ripple and XRP. It's just wholly inaccurate. Specifically on the point of Ripple releasing a stablecoin. That is not happening. It absolutely is not happening here. So what I'm going to do here is break this down. And I want to be clear at the outset here. This is not an attack on Bitboy Crypto, the YouTube channel. This is not an attack on Ben Armstrong. This is intended to be an opportunity for me on my Moon Lambeau platform here to engage in thoughtful discourse. And I just, it's the case that when you're running a public YouTube channel like this and you've got a bunch of people watching you, like, absolutely, we need to be okay with the idea of challenging one's ideas. And so if anybody thinks that I'm wrong in what I'm putting out here, well, just know, first of all, I'm operating in good faith. And if you think I've gotten anything wrong, let me know, because I don't want to put anything out that's wrong. But on the other side of this, of course, with Ben Armstrong, I would certainly hope that, given that it's the fact as far as I see it, that there are a number of things that are incorrect, I would hope that he would appreciate that somebody in a tactful, respectful manner is coming out and saying, hey, just so you know, this is not correct. And so I sometimes when I'm really engaged in something, I speak in a way that, for me, to be clear, it's just passion. Like, I feel strongly about it, and so that can come out in my voice. And I just want to be clear at the outset, since that may or may not happen, I don't know. If it happens, it can be misconstrued as anger, and I just want to know I don't feel any anger. Just to be super duper clear, I'm just trying to take this on at the outset just in case, because I don't know how X number of people are going to perceive this, but I want to make it clear that is not where I'm coming from. And absolutely, I am happy. I will not be offended if you challenge my ideas or what I'm saying here tactfully, anybody listening. But I got to correct the record here, because my channel, it's an XRP-centric channel. I cover cryptocurrency in general, yes, but it is a Ripple and XRP-centric channel, and there's just a number of things here that are stated that I know to not be the case. Now, I also want to be clear at the outset that I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos as a super-duper fun hobby. And so what I did was you hear that? I transcribed, as I cited, a number of things that were cited in this video, which is titled XRP Changing the World, Ripple Stablecoin Revealed. There was no reveal of the sort. There was not. And so I printed it up on here, and I don't normally take notes, but there are a few things I wanted to transcribe, and I did make a few notes, so I'm just going to go through them in order, and if there's a little bit of repeating, I do apologize here, but I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything, so here we go. So here's a quote from Ben in his video. In this video, we look at the super secret XRP stablecoin that is coming out very soon, end quote. Okay, so in the title he said Ripple stablecoin, and so there is a bit of conflation between Ripple and XRP. Those are two different things. Ripple is a company, XRP is a cryptocurrency, and if you're saying that there's an XRP stablecoin, that would be separate from XRP, the decentralized cryptocurrency, running on a separate blockchain. There can't be XRP that has an open market price that is not backed by anything, but also a stablecoin that is backed by something like, the Tether or USDC or whatever. Those stable coins, those would be separate blockchains. So already right there, that sentence functionally does not make sense here. And so he had been, in the recent days, he had been talking about this idea of having some sort of insider. I'm not sure who the insider is, but he says he has an insider that let him know that Ripple's going to be releasing a stablecoin and that there was a secret Ripple white paper about this. And so I said in a video just the other day, I pulled this up and I said, I don't know what he's talking about. The idea of a stablecoin coming from Ripple makes zero sense. And I highlighted something from a Ripple employee, which I'll highlight again in this video, but I said it makes absolutely zero sense. And I pulled this up and I said, to be honest with you folks, I don't know if he's actually talking about this. This is what's on your screen right now. This is a blog from Ripple. It's from their blog series called Ripple Insights. This is not a white paper. Okay, this is a blog. Ripple calls it a blog, and this, and as it turns out, so I said, look, I don't know if this is actually what he's talking about. He's just calling it a white paper. I said I don't think that's the case, but this is the only thing I could possibly think of. It turns out this is what he's talking about. He's saying this is the white paper. Let's pull up the Bitcoin white paper, though. Could we do that for a second? I'm just going to scroll through and show you what a white paper typically looks like right here. All sorts of explanations and math equations, going into a great level of detail. And you can see this is it. This is the official Bitcoin white paper from over a decade ago, right? Now, what I'm showing you on your screen is a blog from Ripple, the company in San Francisco. And that's it. Just about fits on the screen all at once. So if you want to call that a white paper, I guess we could get into a game of semantics, but I'll tell you what, when I'm thinking of a white paper, I'm not thinking of a blog. You know, yes, fine, there are general concepts here, so we could argue about what defines a white paper. I guess we could get into that, but I'd be willing to state that I don't think the typical person, when you say that there's a secret Ripple white paper, I don't think that they're thinking about the Ripple Insights blog. Fair to say? Okay. Now here's another quote from Ben. XRP is a coin that we like on this channel because it has tremendous upside. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of different things about this project from Ripple Labs. Pause right there. XRP is not a project from Ripple Labs. XRP is a decentralized cryptocurrency. It was created on June 2nd, 2012. It was originally known as XNS. It was then renamed at some point a little bit after that to XRP. Ripple Labs came into existence several months later. I think it was in September. Pulling that from memory, they were originally known or founded as Newcoin, then shortly after that renamed OpenCoin, then Ripple Labs, and then ultimately Ripple. But this is not a project that was started by Ripple Labs. Just chronologically, that is impossible. Ripple Labs came after the creation of XRP. Ripple is a developer building on top of the XRP ledger, utilizing XRP, which is the native digital asset of the XRP ledger. But no, this is not a project from Ripple Labs. And then Ben's quote continues. However, I own a lot of XRP because it works for my portfolio, and I'm in the business of making money in crypto. Don't be mistaken. XRP is going to be taking a victory lap around the SEC in the very near future, setting it up to take the lead among other stablecoins. End quote. You heard that sentence, right? He just compared XRP, saying that it's in the same category of stablecoins. He's saying XRP effectively there is a stablecoin. Again, here's the sentence: setting it up to take the lead among other stablecoins. If you believe XRP is a stablecoin, interesting. I'd like to know why. I would, because it has an open market price. It's not backed by anything. It just has a price relative to other assets based on what people are willing to buy and sell it for. But also, as far as XRP taking a victory lap around the SEC, XRP is not being sued. XRP is a decentralized cryptocurrency, and it's just code. It's just out there. Ripple's being sued, though, so you could say that Ripple's taking a victory lap around the SEC in the very near future, assuming that happens. Yeah, I could see that. I could be on board. And I'm on board with Ben as far as the potential upside in terms of price action for XRP. There's a reason that it's my largest cryptocurrency holding, so you're not going to see any qualms over that. But I think these details matter, because look, tens of thousands of people have already heard him say this stuff, and there's a lot of inaccuracies, and there's still a lot more to talk about here. Now, Ben says XRP came out in 2018. 2018. I had to listen to that 5 times to make sure I wasn't mishearing that. 2018. Now, this is not the biggest deal. In all likelihood, that this is just something that he likely misspoke about. It wasn't caught. But again, it's been around since 2012, right? So, look, we can all misspeak. I'm willing to overlook this. This is not the biggest deal. To me, I had to point it out. I had to point it out because it's something worth noting, certainly. But look, I misspeak. Like, I'll tell you what, if you run a YouTube channel long enough and you're doing your best to operate in good faith, like, talk enough, you're going to say something on accident and then not catch it. Totally willing to give a pass on that, but I just want to correct the record. XRP has not been around for 3 years. It's been around since 2012. Just to be clear here. He did then state, though, that it's centralized according to many due to the holdings of Ripple. And I've got to correct this also. It's really this idea, not just because he said it, but anyone that says this, it kind of grinds my gears. So again, it's the ideas I'm challenging. It's nothing against him personally. I don't care who says the ideas. I'm going to challenge the ideas. The reason I'm willing to make a video about this person talking about these ideas, which are incorrect, is because he's running the biggest or the second biggest cryptocurrency channel on the planet. And so I love thoughtful discourse. Like, to me, this is fun stuff to talk about. I just want to be clear. Like, this is not venomous or anything like that. And I think anybody listening to me for more than a hot minute, you know that about me. Like, I love the back and forth. I think debates are fun as long as they're done, not with some sort of venom behind them. But if you just want to, like, get to the core of, like, is an idea correct or is it not correct? Like, to me, that's a ton of fun right here. But the idea of XRP being centralized because Ripple holds a bunch of XRP, it's just not true. This is not a proof of stake system. The amount of XRP you hold does not give you any special permissions over the blockchain. The same is true for Bitcoin. You could have 99% of all Bitcoin on the planet that doesn't give you any special permissions. What we're talking about there is a concentration of Bitcoin or XRP, whatever blockchain you're talking about. Fine, that's true. That does not give you any special permissions over the ledger. This is provably true. Look at the code. You can absolutely see this. And then Ben said the following, and this is a quote. A few months ago, a white paper was released in secret by Ripple Labs that outlined how XRPL, the more malleable form of XRP, can be made into a central bank digital currency, a stablecoin hybrid. Guys, I swear, no intention whatsoever to be rude. Like, this, though, I want to be precise with my words, and I'm going to be. No intent to be rude, I swear to you on that. This is gibberish. Again, the quote, a few months ago, a white paper was released in secret by Ripple Labs that outlined how the XRPL, the more malleable form of XRP, can be made into a central bank digital currency, a stablecoin hybrid. Okay, so first I would have to ask here, how is it the case that a paper that, again, released months ago, in fact, here, I'll show you the date, it's on my screen right now. He was talking about this one, March 3rd, 2021. And I'll prove to you how I know this is what he's talking about. He didn't outright state it in his video. I will prove to you how I know it's what he's talking about. It's because he used the exact, very key words. So I'm certain this is what he's talking about. But again, it came out a few months ago, March 3rd, 2021. He wrote that, I'm reading it. He said that it was released in secret. How is it that something is publicly released in secret? Does that make sense to anybody? It was not released. It was released publicly on their blog, which is on their website. In fact, if you just go to ripple.com, here you go. You click on the resources tab right up here, and you go to blog, and you can see all their blogs right here. These are blogs. This is what Ripple calls it. This is not a white paper, right? If Ripple calls it a white paper, then it's anywhere, then I'll cede the point that it's a white paper. Until then, this is a blog. It's on their blog series. They're literally calling it a blog. It does not make sense to me that you would call this a white paper. Fascinating, but not accurate. And so the XRP ledger, he said it's the more malleable form of XRP. That doesn't mean anything. That's not true. It doesn't make sense. So XRP, it's the native digital asset on the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger it's a decentralized blockchain, which, by the way, has a built-in decentralized cryptocurrency, not cryptocurrencies, but just decentralized exchange, a DEX. And you can issue any asset that you want on the XRP ledger, whether it's representative of something in the physical world or not. But no, the XRP ledger is not the more malleable form of XRP. No, the XRP ledger is the blockchain, and the XRP, it's just it is the asset on the blockchain. It just is. Like, where did this come from? Like, I don't understand how this thought entered his mind. I don't get it. And so, and also, let me read this one more. Please humor me. I know. I want to make sure I don't miss potentially one more important thought on this. A few months ago, a white paper was released in secret by Ripple Labs that outlined how XRPL, the more malleable form of XRP, can be made into a central bank digital currency, a stablecoin hybrid. Yeah, the XRP ledger, which is not a token, cannot be made into a central bank digital currency. Now, a central bank could issue any asset they want on top of the XRP ledger, but they're not going to. They're not going to. Well, they're certainly not going to issue like the United States dollar or pick your fiat currency on a decentralized system. That's for damn sure. In fact, what you're calling the white paper here, titled "Ripple Pilots a Private Ledger for Central Banks Launching Central Bank Digital Currencies." Like, let's read the first sentence, because this tells you right now that Ripple is not releasing a stablecoin. Here's the first sentence in this whole thing that you're calling a white paper that is actually a blog. Ripple is piloting a private version of the public open source XRP ledger that provides central banks a secure, controlled, and flexible solution for the issuance and management of digital currencies. And so there you go. They said a private version of the public open source XRP ledger. So it is not the XRP ledger. Ripple is not saying anything of the sort that central bank digital currencies will be issued on the decentralized XRP ledger. They're saying that they have created a private version of the XRP ledger because it's open source code. They took it, they copied it, they modified it, and then put in all the little things that they think central banks might find appealing if they want to issue their own central bank digital currency, whether again it's the United States dollar or pick the currency. That's what they're doing right there. And so then Ben said the following, and here's another portion that I transcribed. Government drones are actually putting off taking bribes for a minute or two and instead reading white papers from Ripple Labs to figure out a way to get ahead. But why Ripple? Well, because Ripple has what Tether and other stable coins don't. Money from old fi, meaning old finance, and the blessing from one of the biggest players in the cryptoverse, the Digital Currency Group. Now, the Digital Currency Group is massive. I had this pulled up just for the sake of this video. Digital Currency Group, it's a venture capital firm, and as you can see, I'm scrolling through here. Look at all the stuff that they're. I'm not gonna scroll through. I got to drag this down to get to where I want. But you can see here, it is true that the Digital Currency Group has invested in Ripple the company. Of course, not XRP, not the XRP ledger, just Ripple the company here. And so the idea that he's espousing is that governments are interested in the XRP ledger because the Digital Currency Group has invested in Ripple the company. What? Like, what? That doesn't... How does the logic follow? I don't get it. Like, I transcribed it, I've read it multiple times, I've listened to it multiple times. That functionally just doesn't make sense. Again, government drones are actually putting off taking bribes for a minute or two and instead reading white papers from Ripple Labs to figure out a way to get ahead. But why Ripple? Well, because Ripple has what Tether and other stable coins don't. Again, so Ripple, the company, has what Tether and other stable coins don't. Or did he mean XRP? Not sure, because he's conflated the two at multiple times. But he says what Ripple has that Tether and stablecoins don't: money from old finance and the blessing from the Digital Currency Group. So because Digital Currency Group has invested in Ripple, now the government is all interested in what Ripple's doing? I don't get it. I don't understand how that logically follows. I really don't. Now, Bitboy says governments are using the XRP ledger to be the stable coin of choice for interbank transactions. In the white paper, cozy up to central banks by saying things like, quote, time to define the future of money. And so that's one of the reasons that I knew this is what he's talking about. I just plugged it in right here. You can see here's the subheading, time to define the future of money. And so this is absolutely the document that he's talking about. And then he said, this is a quote, this is another quote from Ben. This XRPL stablecoin hybrid doesn't even have a name yet, but there isn't one. That's the problem, see? So it doesn't have a name yet. Well, of course it doesn't, and it's not going to, like, the XRP ledger stablecoin, he's functionally missing exactly how all of this works here. And so take a look at this. This is a tweet from Matt Hamilton, who is a Ripple employee. And he was asked by Right Coast Crypto, it's just a person that's on Twitter right here, could you give me some insight on this? And he was referencing Ripple launching a stablecoin. And Matt Hamilton, a Ripple employee, wrote the following. It would not make any sense Ripple issuing their own stablecoin, but the XRP ledger itself was the first blockchain to introduce stablecoins, and there has been USD and EUR on there for nearly a decade. And so look, this I shared that in a video, I think it was literally yesterday, and I said, folks, this doesn't make any sense. If you understand the correspondent banking system and how Ripple is positioning XRP to be utilized as a bridge currency, then you know that this doesn't make any functional sense, right? The idea of Ripple issuing a stablecoin or any sort of asset, it simply doesn't. And I don't want to get into the reasons why in this video. I already fleshed those out pretty well, I think. But here we are. So I really am happy that Ben Armstrong of Bitboy Crypto is positive about XRP. I'm happy that he's thrilled about the future of it, and he stated that he thinks XRP can make a lot of people rich, and I think there's potential there as well. You know that if you've been listening to my channel. Nothing's guaranteed in life, but I suspect there's a strong possibility. But if anyone's gonna believe that, I just want to make sure that we're armed with information that is grounded in reality. And to be perfectly honest with you, again, this is not to be rude in the least. Like this is way off. This really misses the mark. And so I felt strongly that I just needed to make a video to just do my best to set the record straight here. But this is factually incorrect information, and I get it. Nobody was thumbs down in the video, almost nobody, because it's a bunch of positive sounding stuff, and I do understand that. But people are hearing stuff that does sound good that just isn't accurate. And so you guys tell me. You guys tell me. If anybody thinks that I'm getting wrong, that's fine. And if I am wrong on any of the facts, then of course I'll always see the point here. I really do like thoughtful discourse. Like, one of the reasons I wanted to start my channel, I've said this a number of times before too, is because I think it's fun to have publicly a sharing of ideas like this, which means that my ideas need to be challenged too, and that's perfectly fine. Challenge my ideas, but don't challenge me as a person. I'm not going to challenge you as a person. That's where it starts to get tacky and this and that. So this is nothing against Ben. I just think he's wrong on the facts, and I'm not saying that to be rude or this or that. It's nothing to take away from the success he's had on YouTube. Nothing like that whatsoever. But there's enough wrong here that it seems clear to me that there's a fundamental misunderstanding of what Ripple is, what XRP is, what the XRP ledger is, and what the private ledger is that he was reporting on here in his most recent video, this one titled "Ripple Pilots a Private Ledger for Central Banks Launching Central Bank Digital Currencies." There's just a tremendous, seeming to me, just tremendous misunderstanding of what all of those things are. And so I guess I'll just wrap it up there. Let me know what you think here. I hope this came across okay. I'm always worried about this when I'm being critical of other people's ideas, because I know human nature. Humans get offended. So hopefully, not that Ben would ever hear this. His channel's like 10 times bigger than mine, but if he ever does, just if you're listening, Ben, this is, again, I already said it multiple times, I swear to you, this is not an attack. And you can come back and you can challenge my ideas, tell me why I'm wrong. And also I recognize that, people operate in good faith. We can get multiple things wrong, so if that's the case, just come out, clear the record, make a video correcting all of this stuff. You don't even have to mention me. That's fine. That's not the reason I'm making this. Go do your own thing, but correct the record, because there's a lot of information that tens of thousands of your subscribers saw that just isn't right. It's wrong, and I think that your subscribers who rightfully value you've got a successful channel, I think that they deserve to have the record set straight on your channel. And so, you can do it yourself, or I would tell you this too. Matt Hamilton, Ripple employee, he has already volunteered to come on your channel, and he's like the nicest dude on the planet. He will just sit down, talk to you matter-of-factly, share his thoughts. You can share your thoughts, and just have some fun, polite, adult discourse back and forth. I think you'd enjoy it too, and it would also make for a great video on your channel. So, I mean, seriously, talk to Matt Hamilton. He's a good dude. But I'll go ahead and wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.